I would like to take a moment to share with you how I came to know Sister Helen and the students at BCC. In September of 2012, after 2 years teaching English in South Korea, I embarked on 8 months of travel and study in Nepal, India, and Thailand. Before I left, I had asked Pam Deacon, a dear friend of mine from PLU, if she knew where I could volunteer in India. Pam put me in touch with Sister Helen at Bellefonte Parish, and we planned for a few weeks' stay with the sisters at the convent. When I got off the plane at Guwahati Airport in Assam, I didn't know what to expect. After a few minutes' wait outside the sparse airport, a smiling petite nun in a white habit gave me a hug and walked me hand in hand to a jeep and driver. Immediately I could tell this was a different India than my previous 2 weeks sightseeing in the Rajasthan desert. There were lush green hills, not a word of Hindi, and everyone smiled at me, although I did still get a lot of curious stares, especially with my recently shaved head. Bellefonte Parish and Bellefonte Community College are located in the state of Meghalaya, one of the 7 Northeast Indian states. Meghalaya is sandwiched between Assam, the largest Northeast state, and Bangladesh. The capital city of Shillong sits in the district of East Khasi Hills and is home to a diverse cultural mix of native peoples, other Indian nationals, and immigrants. It is a hub for hospitality, commerce, and education. In Meghalaya, the Khasi people, the largest tribal population, maintain their traditional dress, government, matriarchal values, and language, even in the booming city of Shillong. English is becoming the prominent language, though, and all business, government, and education is conducted in English. As Sister Helen told me, without knowing English, the students in the Northeast have no future. The students I taught at BCC were high school dropouts studying to pass the 10th grade. The government program, the National Institute for Open Schooling, or NIOS, provides a graduating exam for both 10th grade, known as secondary school, and 12th grade, or senior secondary. Some of the students at BCC had been out of school only a year or two, but some were in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, and were just returning to school. After the 7th grade in India, all subjects are taught only in English, and all graduating tests must be taken in English. These aren't multiple-choice tests either. They're full-sentence and essay questions in difficult subjects like math, social sciences, and economics. For some students who have been educated only in their native language or undereducated, this is understandably daunting, and most fail out before completing 10th grade. Along with that is the reality that many families need more income than the parents can provide, so the eldest 1 or 2, traditionally daughters, are asked to work instead of attending school. Largely for these 2 reasons, 70% of Meghalaya teens drop out of high school. Bea-Hun Lang, one of the students I had the privilege to teach at Bellefonte, was one such student. She is a polite, shy young woman, very attentive but reluctant to talk in class. Bea-Hun Lang dropped out of school 3 years ago, and now at 18, is pursuing her secondary school or 10th grade degree. She failed out of school in the 7th grade when she was suddenly expected to speak and read English, a language she had never been taught. Bea-Hun Lang lives with her mom, dad, and 5 younger brothers, and works as a housekeeper, but wants to pursue her education instead. In 2009, she took the NIOS exams for the first time in 5 subjects, but passed only 1. In her words, failing is not an option. I will try again and again and again until I pass the exams. Her English has improved at Bellefonte, giving her a brighter opportunity for the future. Another devoted student I got to know well was Siteshvar, an 18-year-old who had dropped out of school 1 year before. He lives with his father, a government worker, mother, a housewife, and his younger brother, who he encourages to stay in school. At NIOS, Siteshvar studies 5 subjects, all in English, but has a hard time putting together a simple English sentence in class. After he passes the Year 10 exams, his goal is to study for the Year 12 exams, which Bellefonte was able to start offering in 2011, and which are required for any post-high school education in India. Siteshvar wants to become an electrical engineer. Of his 5 classes, he says he has learned the most in English class, especially from Sister Eugenia, his favorite teacher. Siteshvar recommends the NIOS training at Bellefonte to anyone who wants to finish school. Thanks to a grant from Rotary International supported by the Spanaway and Shillong chapters, new teachers are being hired, and English conversation will be a regular subject. Aside from positive people, welcoming arms, and smiling students, what I found in Meghalaya was a need for more education opportunities. Thanks to you, the new vocational training center at Bellefonte Community College will break ground in 2012, and with enough funding, will be inaugurated in late 2013. The programs are established, the students are waiting, all they need is a building. There are many ways you can continue to help these efforts. In your program, you'll find envelopes that can be filled with cash or check donations and given to a volunteer or mailed in. In March, Richmond Beach Yoga in Shoreline will host Yoga for Change,